BOSS, Southside
BOSS Radio, Southside Bosses, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of the site or the radio station, and opinions between talk show hosts may conflict. This site does not endorse anything as the truth. That you will have to judge for yourself. But we try to speak the truth on the owner's behalf and reserve the right to question the supposed truth. In this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and government corruption, it is sometimes hard to get to the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to libel, discriminate, make hate, or annoy anyone. We believe that it is our constitutional First Amendment right of free speech to voice our opinions and our duty to the Constitution and country to expose the truth. This site takes no responsibility for the opinions of others and the postings of comments in chat rooms or forum posts.
How's everybody doing? This is your boy, Mr. E-Boss of the Southside Bosses, and you know we are coming here live to you on BOSS Radio's Revolutionary Hour, where I'm sitting here with the family, and we're about to actually just do the Sabbath the right way, while we supposed to be actually studying to make sure that we understand the law of Yahweh on the day of rest, which starts at sunset and it doesn't end until sunset the next day. But we're going to be discussing a lot to go on, so make sure y'all tune in, turn up, and zone out. Right now, give me a moment because I'm fixing everybody some tea as we speak. So we're going to go ahead and give a little break while we listen to one of these jams. Hopefully that will help to get our mindset get our minds into the right, get into the right mindset. So as we do this, I suggest that you pray to whoever you believe is the Most High. We know who the Most High is. The Most High is the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Moshe, and Yahshua, who is also known as Jesus. But we are going to be getting deep into it, so make sure you say that, ask for that, use your faith and ask for that guidance in order to be able to see if what we're saying is truth or not. Because I want you to study on your own, because that's the only way, and Yahweh knows, and the Most High God knows, that's the only way that you was going to understand all this. He said, with those who have wisdom, let them hear. So with that being said, we're going to take a small break, take a prayer, and we'll be right back after this song. Up and down with my partner, selling whatever I can, trying to make that dough. I hit the studio, grab the mic, and I was spitting real hype like I'm at a show. I would dog y'all loud, call you bitch and a hoe, all because you wouldn't look this way. And then when I had you, didn't show that I care, so I'm all alone to this day. Instead of a sister, all I saw was the money, but you couldn't get a thing from me. And it's funny, think about it, at the end I didn't even see it till I ended up bumming. So now you got my mind running, heart still racing, my thoughts caged in. Tears burning my skin and it feels like fire, or maybe even hot Cajun. I wanna make it up to you, queens. Please understand, I got caught up in those scenes. I didn't care about your heart, I didn't care about your mind. All I wanted what was in those jeans. As men, we protect our queens, help them fulfill whatever their dreams. It's time that we be the backbone instead of breaking their backs, provide means. So I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. I didn't see you as a brother. Instead, we beef cause you wore the wrong colors. Always fighting with each other. It was alright till we put your brother under. So a fucking war started. Fuck Iraq, it was more like Chirac with the heartless. The messed up thing is that we don't even know how any of this started. Now we invited the police in, since they couldn't contain or lock us in. The whole country screaming kill us off, so the motherfuckers put us in boxes then. When I say I wanna be your friend, we got too many enemies in this land. We got the slave master and the overseers and the coons that wanna do us in. Not to mention the bankers, we need to stack this bread instead of these bodies. If we steady kill ourselves, cops shoot us down and the judge get to hang us like car keys. What would happen to our small seeds? We are born hopeless, but we can change these things. Gotta get into our minds, then get up on a grind from the kingpin to crack beans. Maintaining his membrane, we got soldiers as strong as a diesel train. If we pick up the momentum and we hit them full force, we can destroy their brain. They got you seeing me as a lame, they got me seeing you as a lame. But we know they insane, so I wanna say sorry and let's break this slave chain.
I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Man, don't allow them to make us destroy us. Don't allow them to make us destroy our shit. This our home, this our family, this our love. They don't give a fuck about us. Why? Because they have us right where they want us. How many of their security force do they send when we at the club? 3 or 4. And how many of us there are there at the club? At least 30 to 40. If they ain't afraid of us, why not? Ask yourself. It's because they have our minds. They control our thoughts. So they don't need to be afraid of us. But we still have our hearts. So I want you to open up yours with these words that I speak tonight. We are stronger than they will ever be. We are more intelligent than they will ever be. We are more resilient. So right now, I say I'm sorry to my sisters. And I want to say I'm sorry to my brothers. Let's end the beef. Let's get off these streets. Let's build our communities. Let's feed our seeds. Let's grow our families. Let's take care of our elderly. Let's take care of our crime. Let's take care of our drugs. Let's take care of all this that's plaguing the nation right now.
I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry, I never should have done it, but I'm sorry. You should have seen this coming, but I'm sorry. And now I sent you running, but I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Already, everybody. That was your boy, Mr. E, with I'm Sorry. Hopefully, we can start making some, because everybody seems like I'm sorry is just not it's something they don't need to do. And I think it's a pride thing, but I hope one day we can get past that pride. Anyways, what we're going to be talking about tonight is the importance of law. Because, do anybody know what E equals MC squared is? No?
No.
Didn't one of y'all just...
equals mass.
E equals
MC squared.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you said something else. Yeah, it means energy equals milk and milk coffee.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I threw that away.
That was a good little joke that they had going on, but the real equation of E equals MC squared. No, don't get me wrong. I know where you got that from, and that was
That's how you got introduced. You haven't had this in school yet. But the real equation of E equals mc squared is energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. M is mass, E is energy, M is mass, and C squared is the speed of light squared. And it is pretty much the equation that creates that says that energy and mass are interchangeable, and that's something that you'll learn when you get older. But it's something that they consider a law of nature. Y'all ever heard of a law of nature?
No.
Law of nature pretty much is anything that is in nature that you cannot change. Like, do y'all know what the law of gravity is?
No.
You don't know what the law of gravity is?
No.
How do you think you're sitting in those chairs right now?
Gravity.
The gravitational force?
Gravitational force. What is gravitational force? You know what that is?
No, but I'm pretty sure it's how we can stay on the ground.
It has a lot to do with how we stay on the ground. Exactly. Yes. Earth has enough gravitational force to make sure that we do not float off into the sun. How many of y'all think y'all can survive floating off into the sun? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I always scream that your skin ain't black now, but if you fly into the sun, you think your skin will be black then? Gonna be burnt, cooked.
You'll be dead before you even hit the sun.
Exactly. So we have to understand that there are certain laws that exist in this world, just like the law of life. At the end of life, what is going to happen?
At the end of life?
At the end of life, what happens? What is the law that takes place then?
Another planet?
No, that's but before that, what do you have to do before that to get to there? At the end of your life, what do you have to do?
Pray?
No, that's hopefully every day you're doing that. The end of life, you die. That is a law. And I know it seems gloomy. I know it seems like something that is to be taken for granted, or it's something that is bad, but it's not a bad thing. It is what we call the cycle of life. Life has laws that we have to abide by. You can't go outside right now and just fly into the sky, can you? Because of the law of gravity, right? And you can't live forever, right? Yeah, like you can't physically live forever, so that's the law of life and death. Every law exists for a reason. Without it, this world would go into chaos. Okay? So what we're going to be talking about today is the importance of law. Why is law so important? Why does law have to exist?
Because if there wasn't no law, it would be really crazy.
It would be really crazy. Everything would be out of whack. I mean, we'll have pigs flying. I don't know if y'all ever heard that saying, y'all, when somebody be like, when pigs fly, that means, you never gonna get whatever you ask them for. Unless you go and get a hot dog and throw it at them. Some flying pig for yourself right there. Anyways, it's going to be so much chaos, and nothing going to be the same. Nothing can be predictable. Nothing can be utilized. You won't be able to really live a good life because you won't know exactly what's happening. That's why you shouldn't drink that so fast.
I try to drink it slow, but
it's still hot, huh?
No, it just came in there so fast.
Well, the law of temperatures says that you shouldn't drink it so fast. And now you see what happens when you break that law, right?
I didn't mean to drink that much. I was trying to drink a little bit, but a lot came into my mouth. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's what happened.
You broke some kind of law that kept the liquid from coming out of you and going into your mouth too much. That just you ain't drinking like you usually drink it, so you ain't do it right. Anyways, who do you think created all these laws?
Yahweh.
Yahweh, the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And what did he call his law? What did we write to find out that law meant in Hebrew?
Torah.
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 Torah, exactly. The Torah is law in Hebrew and Hebrew. Now, he gave us a certain amount of laws, right? Remember we discussed this last week or the week before last, I believe. Remember the last time we had this, we talked about the law.
Yes.
We
The
talked
Ten
about the
Commandments.
10 Commandments, exactly. But do anybody remember how many laws there are in the Bible?
600.
Good.
663 or something.
Now, see, you don't remember? 613
13.
laws. Do you know why there's 613 laws?
Why? Well, because if you, if one of those laws that exist, it'll be very hard to even know if the one is missing.
Yeah, true. If one of those laws was missing, then it wouldn't be a perfect law. That's true. But if you look into the numbers, Hebraic numbers, which is something y'all will learn later. I'm actually doing this more for the podcast, y'all. But if you learn a little bit later, when you learn about Hebraic numerology or the number or supreme mathematics, you'll find out that numbers mean things. 1 means man, 2 means woman, 3 means child or house, so on and so forth. Well, in Hebrew, the number 6 means man. Not man as in man, but as in mankind, humans, the image of God. And 7 means God. So why do you think 6 comes before 7? Why do you think man comes before God?
Because you I remember you showing us like you can jump to 6, but you can't jump to 7. It can't be the Most High God.
Yes, close. That's very close to what I was saying. Why would you say? What was you saying, Nasi?
Because the day of Sabbath?
Sorta. Yes, the day of Sabbath. But in all actuality, the real reason is because man was made on the 6th day, and that's when the Sabbath come in. But also, man comes short of being God. Man is not the Most High God. Can never be the Most High God. There only will be a step before the Most High God, meaning that the Most High God will always be higher than us. Okay? That means anybody who has walked in the flesh is lesser.
Flesh?
The skin.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah. Anybody who has walked in the flesh, skin, whatever, they will be always lesser than the Most High God. Okay? Because the Most High God had to make them. So how can they be even equal to the Most High God? They got made, right? So, you have 13. 13 is the number for evil, because 9 is completion, but 12 is holy. So anything that declares itself to be more holy is obviously contaminated, is obviously evil. Because evil has pride, and evil says that they are better than holy. Holy just says that they are equal, that everything is perfect, everything is balanced. But evil says that I'm better than that.
And holy, the word holy has four letters, and then 4 is a even number, like is equal.
Yeah, it is. It's even, but it won't be equal.
No, like 1 for 2, and the other, like one group for 2 words, and the other group for the other 2 words, and it could be equal like that.
Well, we'll talk about that a little later on, okay? Make sure we get some better understanding on that. Alright, but whenever something declares itself to be better than holy, then it is obviously evil, because anything that does not want to be holy is evil, off rip. there's no way else. It holy means everything pure in its balance. Anything that doesn't want to be in balance is imbalanced. And so y'all understand that, right? So 613 laws means that man is inherently evil, meaning that he will sin. He will sin. Man will sin. Write that down. Man will sin. 613 laws. Man will sin. S-I-N. That means you will make mistakes in life. There's no getting around that. You're human. You're a man. You're mankind. You're going to make mistakes. You know why you're going to make mistakes?
So you can learn from them?
Yes.
And
Because so you can learn from them, yes.
so you can know not to make the same mistake
True.
over and over.
But only God is perfect. If you're gonna make mistakes, so God don't make mistakes. God makes chances. Okay? He gives you that chance to live. He gives you that chance to make that mistake, but he also gives you that chance to learn from your mistake. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. So the importance of law, meaning that if you don't have law, then everything is going to go haywire. 613 laws make sure that this whole world exists in perfect harmony. Make sure it exists in perfect balance, right? So,
Yes.
why is it important that we actually continue with these laws? Why do you think it's important that we continue with these laws?
So you can stay in perfect harmony and balance.
So you can stay in perfect harmony and balance. That's exactly why you need to be able to remember these laws, because without these laws, there is no perfect harmony and balance. Now, when you have the one that they call, everybody that calls the Savior, they call him Christ, they call him Jesus, right? But what do we know him as, Nasi?
Yahweh?
No. The one that they call Jesus.
Joshua?
Yehoshua. Yehoshua taught us one thing and one thing only. And what do you think he taught us?
The Sabbath day?
Close. He taught us to follow the law. How do we know he taught us to follow the law?
The Bible?
And do you remember what he said in the Bible?
Thou shalt not.
No, he didn't say that. Yahweh said that. Anyways, Jesus said that if you actually let's go, we're gonna hold on, give me a minute, I'm looking for the scripture right now. It was in come on. I'm looking for the scripture right now, because the scripture that they want you to look into is 3NE. It was when they asked him what do followed Moses and the prophets. I'm sorry, I had this up and then I had to look up something about the different laws of the thing. How to follow Moses and it was a parable that Joshua gave. Okay, give me one moment. I had it up here too. Why did did I let this go? And the prophets. Okay, some of y'all probably already got it already. Wow. I'm putting in exactly what I put in before, and it ain't coming up now. This is why I should have had everything written down. It was a parable where it was a rich man that died and went to hell, and he wanted to go back. He asked Abraham if he could. He looked up. He was down, and he was supposedly down. It was a parable, so he was supposedly down in the land of the dead, called what they called Hades or hell, because they were trying to signify that he was watching from the grave, and that he knew that he was following. That he fell wrong. He fell into the entrapments of being rich, and he sinned against God's law. So he ended up getting sentenced to hell. And whenever he got down there, he looked up to, here it go. It was Luke 16:31. And when he looked up to Abram, he looked up to Abraham, and he asked Abraham, "Let me go back and tell my family." Oh no, he asked Abraham to go back and tell his family that they need to turn around and do right. They need to follow the law. They need to do what they're supposed to do. This is what Joshua said in Luke 16:31. When Abram looked down to the rich man that was burning in hell, and he said to him, "If they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they would not be convinced, even if someone rises from the dead." Luke 16:31. Now, do y'all know the story of Joshua, how he rose from the dead?
Yes, you told us.
How Joshua died on they say he died on the cross?
Yes.
And then so-called 3 days later, which it wasn't actually 3 days, it was a span of that covered 3 different days, not 3 whole days. But a span of 3 days, he was able to be resurrected, and he lived again.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
now, Joshua is telling a story about the rich man talking to Abram, and Abraham saying to him that if they won't listen to Moses and the prophets, how are they going to listen to a man that rises from the dead? How would he have known that he was going to die and rise
from the dead?
How did Joshua know he was going to do that? And if he told this parable, do you think that his death was supposed to mean something?
Yes.
He just said there it wouldn't. He said it himself. In that scripture right there, he said they will not be convinced even if someone rises from the dead. Knowing that what he was about to do and go through was all going to be for nothing.
Because some people still not going to believe.
Or even if they do, they're going to believe in the wrong way. He knew it wasn't going to be about him coming back to life. He was just coming back to life to show the people who would believe this is what you need to do. Follow the law of Moses and the prophets, and you will be able to rise from the dead. Now, what law do you think is the most sacred law? What was the first law that you remember that Moshe gave when they came out of Egypt? Do you remember that? You probably don't remember that because we only went over it one time.
Thou shalt not have no false gods before me. What?
That was the first of the 10 Commandments. But what was the first law that Yahweh gave to the Hebrews? What did they do?
Honor the Sabbath and keep it holy.
Honor the Sabbath and keep it holy. The Passover. You would do this every generation in remembrance of what you need to do. You okay?
Yes, just getting tired.
Well, wake up, man. Drink. You already drunk all your tea. If you have to stand up, stand up. Alright, so I want y'all to go to Luke 16. Luke chapter 16. Let's read that. Because a lot of people do not understand that parable.
Wait, Dad, did you say anything about Luke?
Luke,
16.
it's in the back.
No, no. While you were talking, did you say anything about Luke?
Yes, Luke chapter 16, verse 31. That's the verse I just got through reading, but we're going to read the whole story.
Oh, what?
Luke chapter 16, verse 31. Well, actually, chapter 16.
Yeah, we're on verse. That verse what?
Verse 1. We're going to start at verse 1, but hold on. We're waiting on Nasi.
All the way back here.
1346. Okay. I think I finished my tea before everyone.
You got it, Nasi?
No.
Well, you're in Luke.
I know.
Find chapter 16. You're already in Luke 5.
I know the page number.
Yep. Thank you, but you don't need to tell me.
Yes, he can help you by telling you, and it'll be a lot faster
It
for
may
you,
be
okay?
different Bibles. But
No, it's the same.
No, but
I'll make sure I got this right.
it's at 15.
That's in John.
15.
16.
16.
Stay in Luke
16, verse 19.
How you get John?
13.
This is
Yeah, it's...
1346.
Imagine if we had the whole Bible.
The whole Bible?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's not all the that's not the whole Bible. That's not the whole Helio Biblios.
No.
Matter of fact, they actually put in certain books. That's when we're going to talk about. What does the number 13 stand for?
Evil.
Evil. We're going to discuss how that pertains to one of the apostles that they call Paul. Paul was the 13th apostle, and I'm going to show you why he was the 13th apostle. And that's if he was the 13th apostle, that means he was the what apostle?
The evil apostle.
The evil apostle. So, I mean, they even tell you he was the evil one by his actions. But anyways, so we're going to start at verse 19. This is the story of the rich man and Lazarus. Who wants to start at 19? The first oldest. The oldest, because he actually, oldest.
19.
Go ahead. 19, verse 19. Chapter 16, verse 19. Hey, and hold on. Do y'all know what the red words mean?
That's Yehoshua's words.
What, Jackie? Nasi?
See Yehoshua's words?
It is Yehoshua's words. Joshua's words. Alright. It's verse 19. Go ahead. Go all the way to 21.
There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine lined, and fared some sumptuously every day, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dog came and licked his sores, and it came to pet.
He said to verse 21, right?
Right, verse 21. Did you stop at 21? All right. So we talking about now. Who are the two people that we're talking about?
The dog and the rich man.
The dog.
Lazarus and the rich man.
Why we
Said
call it
dog.
Lazarus and the rich man?
The dog comes to lick Lazarus' wounds.
Who the dog come to lick up?
His
Now see
The rich man.
the rich man and who else? They give you a name in that. Read verse
Lazarus.
Lazarus. So who are the two people that we're talking about in that verse?
The rich man and Lazarus.
The rich man and Lazarus. Yes. So what is Lazarus? Is he another rich man?
no.
Now see, what is Lazarus? You don't know? It tells you. Go ahead and read it again. Read 20 again.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
Okay, so who is Lazarus? I'll tell you right in there. A beggar. He's a beggar,
Certain
son.
beggar.
He's a beggar. You know what a beggar is? Somebody who begs. Who begs that you know in society?
Homeless people.
Wait, you're asking both of us?
Yeah. Answer.
Homeless people?
Homeless people. Homeless people. To write that down, Nasi. You had the rich man and you had Lazarus, the homeless beggar. So in this, we know that there's a story about two different people. One of them happened to be living a really, really good life, and the other one is not doing so well, so bad that the dogs are coming to lick his sores, right?
Right.
So who's the one that's coming to lick his sores? I mean, like, who's the one that the dogs are coming to lick?
Lazarus.
Lazarus. Exactly. Now, Jakeem, I want you to read 22 to 24
Okay.
and speak clearly.
And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom
Bosom or side? We'll say side.
side.
Mm-hmm.
The rich man also died and was buried. And in the hell, he lifted up his eyes, began to torment and see Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his side. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me. And said Lazarus that may dip the tip of his finger in the water and cool my tongue, for I am tormenting in this flame.
Exactly. So pretty much what it's saying in those three verses that both of them ended up passing away and both of them ended up dying. And in the time that they both ended up dying, Lazarus ended up going to heaven. Okay, and the rich man ended up going to hell. All right. So now we've already discussed what hell is, right?
Yes.
What is hell?
The grave.
What is hell?
The graveyard.
The graveyard.
Or the cemetery.
Or the cemetery. Now we know this how.
Because they say that there's fire and brimstone at hell, but the graveyard or cemetery is hell, and they don't have any fire and brimstone over
But why
there.
do we know that hell is the graveyard? How do we know hell is the graveyard? Do you remember? You don't remember the Hebrew word for hell?
Oh yeah,
Hades.
That's the Greek word. That's the Greek word. So yes, that is the Greek word. So that's good. What does the Greek word mean?
can I look back at my notes?
Yes, you can. That's why you took notes. So you had a Greek word of Hades, but
Sheol.
Sheol is the Hebrew word for hell. So what do both of those words mean in their respective meanings?
The grave.
The graveyard.
The grave, the graveyard. Sheol and hell actually translates into the grave or graveyard. It does not translate into a fire or pit of brimstone. So when they wrote the word hell and Hades, they meant what?
Huh?
The grave, right?
Yes, the
so
grave.
why did they say this in this parable right here? Why is it saying that it is he's down there in it's sort of like in a fire in brimstone, but they don't really say that. They just say in Hades, where he was in torment. He was being tormented in Hades. Why do you think they say that?
Why do you think what?
Why do you think they say that the rich man was tormented in Hades?
Yes, he was tormented in hell. The
Why do they say-
graveyard. Grave.
Well, in this, he's telling a story. If he's in the grave, can he talk?
No.
No.
So, where did
Dead,
he?
you're dead.
So he obviously has to be somewhere. In order for this story to make sense, he has to be somewhere, right?
Purgatory.
Purgatory, but it's well, no, it's in hell, it's in Hades, but it's a story, so it's not actually real. He's trying to make prove a point, right? And how do we know that? I'm about to look that up and tell you right now. Oh yeah, because we got to look up Hades, and we're gonna find in the Strong's Concordance of the Bible. We look up Hades in the Strong's Concordance of the Bible. And then we'll look for that precise verse so we can see exactly what the author wrote, so we can find out exactly what the author meant. Okay?
Okay.
Hades. Where you at, Hades? Look for hell. That's what it was. Okay, so we're looking for hell. And hell, and this is in Luke, right? What chapter? 16?
Yes.
So in here it's a totally different word than the word that they use in other this one they want you to go to 86, so let's go to 86 in a Greek dictionary.
86.
86 in a Greek dictionary. And in this one, when the author wrote the word Hades, what he meant was exactly in 86, the word is Hades, still the grave, the place of the dead, the underworld. It was still the place of the dead. So they were saying that the poor man was going to have everlasting life, and that the rich man was going to be dead. Do you understand? Now, they want you to understand why he was dead. Why do you think he was dead and he would not get everlasting life? He was a rich man. Right outside of his door
Was a beggar.
was a beggar who died from dogs licking his wounds. Do you think that if that rich man would have helped that beggar, then he would have died from them dogs licking his wounds? So what did that rich man not do?
Help the beggar man.
He did not help. He did not show love. He did not show compassion. He had sentenced him to die. He made sure that that beggar died. What is one of the 10 commandments?
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. And if you let somebody die, you killed them. If you could have helped them and you didn't, and you let them die, you are just as guilty for killing them. This is what the law says. So where did the rich man go?
To hell.
To hell.
So the underworld, is that hell?
The underworld, yeah. Under the ground. Underworld. Under the dirt. 6 feet under. Now, you have, let's keep going. We was at 25. Now see, read verse 25 and 26.
But Abraham said, son, or
Yeah, speak up so we can hear you over here.
but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime received this thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art turned. And beside,
read that clear. I didn't understand. I'm sorry. And he is what?
And thou art tormented. So
you got to read it slow. All right, stop right there. So now, what do you think that Abraham is telling the rich man down there that's tormented? What do you think he's saying?
He's begging and crying. He wants to do over.
He wants to do over and do what over?
His life.
And do what different? He lived a good life. He was rich. He was luxurious. You heard what Abraham said? Son, remember that in your lifetime you received those good things. You got all those good things. But yeah, he's asking for another do-over? What do you think he want to do over?
Help the man.
Mm-hmm.
He want to help the man. Why do you think he want to help the man though?
Because he felt bad.
You think he felt bad? What kind of bad? You think he felt bad that the Lazarus, that the beggar died? Because the beggar up there living good right now. We heard what Abraham said after that. Lazarus received the bad things. But if you keep going, now see, read verse 26.
And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf passed from hence to you cannot, and neither can the pass to us that would come from thence.
Okay, that's a little confusing, but what he's pretty much saying is that there's a gap now. You're down there and he's up here. He's doing good up now. You was doing good in your life, but now the tables have turned. Lazarus is now, I got him. I'm going to take care of him. You didn't want to take care of him. I'm going to take care of him. So you didn't want to take care of him, so you got to be down there. So why do you think that the rich man wants to do over? Why do you think he wants to do over? And why do you think that if he did get a do over, why do you think he would take care of the poor man?
Because since he did it, he went to hell.
Exactly. Now, do you think he's going to do it because he should care about the poor man?
Nope.
No.
He's going to do it because he cares about himself and he don't want to go to hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Do you think he's going to still make it into heaven?
Huh?
Do you think he would still make it up there? Why?
Because he's only doing it for himself.
He's doing it for himself. He's not doing it for the love of man. Because that is what the law helps you understand. The law teaches you to love each other. This is why Yahshua said he came down to teach love. Because if you follow the law, everybody will be at peace and everybody will be loving each other. The law isn't for us to automatically to follow blindly and just believe that if we follow this, we all going to live forever. No. It's so that you know that if you do get to live forever, you're going to live forever with people who care about you and people who you care about.
Okay.
Who wants to live forever with somebody they don't like? Imagine somebody you don't like right now. You got to live forever in a room with them. every day you wake up you see them, and every day you go to sleep you see them. That sounds like heaven? That sounds like a good place you want to be?
No.
No. That's why the law promotes love. That's why the law says you're supposed to love each other. And if you love each other, you will treat each other right. And hence, this is how you treat each other right. And this is how you know you love that person. Okay. Now, a lot of people get the story of Lazarus confused. There's two stories of Lazarus. There's two different Lazarus. One is the parable that we just read that was given by Joshua before Lazarus, his friend, died. It's supposed to be like a glimpse to show you that he has power to foresee the future. Yahweh blessed him with that, because that's, if you follow the law, Yahweh will bless you with these gifts, such as healing, seeing the future, walking on water, so on and so forth, which are in a lot of ways, I don't want to call them exaggerations, but legends.
Miracles.
Legends. Miracles. And I'm not saying that Yahshua did not do miracles. What I'm saying is that a lot of the miracles that they say he did not happen the way that they say it happened. They were embellished, because that's how legends are. Like Hercules, strongest man on earth. He was the strongest man that they knew at the time.
The one, are you talking about the one with the locks?
No, that was Samson, who they got the story of Hercules from. And they embellished it, the Greeks, and turned his name into Hercules. So yes, I'm talking about him. That's how legends, that's how a lot of stories that get told, they be like, but in all actuality, regular humans can do it if they announce that they are a child of God and follow his laws, the way Yahshua did it. Yahshua came to show us, and this is how he should. Now let's keep going, because we got to actually understand why it really becomes something really important that we actually understand the law. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I need to put the law in. I haven't even started really going over the law yet. I just introduced y'all to the 10 Commandments, but soon we are going to go over the 613 laws individually.
So we're just gonna do it like daily?
Not daily. It's going to be over time, because a lot of them really don't pertain to you all. And I'm supposed to have done this a long time ago. But as long as I stay up on it now, by the time you get to be where you can teach this yourself, you'll know it. Okay? I've been slacking. I've been worried about worldly things, and I need to stop doing that. Anyways, you already read 26. You already so Joachim 27 and 28. This is Lazarus talking. Go ahead.
Then he said, I prayed that therefore, Father, that thou wouldest.
Let me get over here, because mine is a little different. Go ahead. Wouldest, yeah, that thou wouldest.
Thou wouldest send him to my father's house.
All right, so right there, that is the rich man asking Abraham to go to send Lazarus to his house. Why do you think he wants Lazarus to go to his house? He was just there. Remember, he died there. Why do you think he wanted him to go there now?
So he can help him.
Help who?
Lazarus.
No.
So he can tell everybody.
So he can tell everybody. Tell everybody what? Keep going, Joaquin. Keep reading.
For I have 5 brethren
or brothers.
Brothers that he may testify
or warn
unto them, lest they least they also come into this place of torment.
So pretty much what he just asked him, he said, tell Lazarus, go to my house, tell my 5 brothers that they don't want to do what I did, or they going to be here in hell getting tormented with me. Do you understand that, Nasi? You don't understand that? Well, pretty much, it's like when I pass away, I come back and I tell you, I tell somebody to tell you and your brother that you don't want to do what you're about to do. That what you're doing is wrong and you need to turn. But what is he telling him to tell his brothers? Pretty much, if you want to live, if you want to go to heaven, or if you want to have a good afterlife, then you need to tighten up. That's still not going to help them. Why, Joaquin?
Because they're just caring about themselves.
They just caring about themselves. And that is not how you get into the kingdom of heaven. That is not what the whole law was set for. So let's keep reading. Now see, go ahead with 30. I mean, not 30, 29.
Abraham saith until him that they have
Moses, come on, speak up. I need you to speak up and speak clear.
Prophets, and let them hear them.
Read that again. I need you to read that again, and I need you to read it clear. Put your hand out, because this mic is recording.
Abraham saith unto him.
Saith. That means say it. Go ahead.
He saith unto him, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them.
Okay. Who did Abraham? Who did Jesus? Yahshua. Who did Yahshua say that Abraham said that they need to listen to?
Wait, who did Yahshua?
This Yahshua is telling this story. Remember?
Yes.
Who did he say that Abram said they need to listen to?
Him.
Who? It's right there. Read it again.
Abraham saith unto him, they have Moses and the prophets.
They have who? Say it again, Nasi.
Moses and the prophets.
They have Moses and the prophets. They have Moses and the prophets. Yahshua is saying that if Abraham is saying they have Moses and the prophets to listen to, who are you supposed to listen to?
Moses and the prophets.
Moses and the prophets. And what did Moses bring us?
The Ten Commandments.
The law.
The law.
All of it. He ain't bringing just the Ten Commandments.
Right.
He brought us all of it. The whole kit and caboodle. The what did Torah in Hebrew and Ibri? Torah. That's what he brought us. So if Yahshua is saying himself, because ain't that what color is them words?
Red.
Those colors, those words are color what?
Red.
And what did the color word, red words mean in the Bible?
Yahushua's words are the Abraham or whoever.
No. You said it right.
Nazareth.
Yehoshua. Those are Yahoshua's words. And what do they call Yehoshua today?
Jesus.
So if Jesus say to listen to Moses and the prophets, who are you going to listen to? Ain't that right there just saying definitive? Okay, let me go in and see what Moses and the prophets talking about.
Yeah.
So why don't we do that? Well, excuse me. Why don't more people do that? Well, that's something we will talk about in another time.
Wait.
But,
Wait. They just said, why don't more people do that?
Why don't more people go and look and listen to Moses and the prophets?
Okay, do you mean more people, like a lot of people, or do you mean more people like this kid?
Good question. Yeah, no. awaken, and let's be clear. To be a Moor does not mean that you automatically follow the law, the Bible, or anything. To be a Moor just means that is who your ancestors were as a nation. Doesn't mean your religion. It just means because of your skin, you more than likely you came from a Moorish nation. Okay? So you'll have a lot of Moors out there that say that they only follow Islam and that they don't follow the Bible, and that they always down in Christianity, always down in the church, they always down in the Bible. Those are people who decided to follow a different knowledge path. They're Moors, but that don't mean that they're right. That don't mean that they're wrong. That just means that they decided to follow another path. And at the end of time, the Most High God, Yahweh, will tell us who is right and who is wrong. We can't tell them if they're wrong. They can't tell us if we're wrong. All I can do is tell you what the law says. And that's it. You follow the law, the book, the Helios Biblios, the basic instructions before leaving earth, Bible, says that you will get everlasting life. And that's what we know. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and finish up these last couple of scriptures. Because after Abram told them that they have Moses and the prophets, let them listen to them, he goes on to say, Joshua says, he finishes the story, said, no, Father Abram, this is the rich man. Rich man says, no, Father Abram, but if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent. Abraham replied, if they don't listen to Moses and the prophets, they would not be convinced even if someone rises from the dead. This is why they still do not listen to Moses and the prophets. Because Joshua said, even though I'm going to do what I'm about to do, and even though it's going to hurt, even though I'm going to ask God not to let me do this, like, let this pass me, I'm still going to do it. Y'all still ain't going to listen to me. Y'all still ain't going to listen to Moses. Y'all still ain't going to listen to the prophets. You still ain't going to listen to Abraham. And you still are going to be in captivity. You're still going to be slaves. You're still going to be prisoners in your own land. He said it to them 2,000 years ago, and it is still true till this day. We have privileges. We don't have rights. See, laws protect your right.
One question.
Huh?
You said it's true till this day. What do you mean by that? Because
that means always 2,000 years ago, all the way up until now, it has always been true.
Yeah, but isn't it always gonna be true?
No. We'll talk about that in another time. But Yahweh said that He's gonna fix it. Because we ain't gonna fix it. Why we ain't gonna fix it?
Because we're not the Most High.
And we are number 6.
Yes.
We fall short of the Most High. He's the only one that can fix it. He's just waiting for us to say, Dad, fix it. That's it. He's waiting for us to say that. And to follow His law to show Him that we believe that He will fix it.
Did that ever happen?
No. That's why we're still in this till this day. We're still captive in our own land. This whole land was milk and honey. All of it.
Milk and honey?
Milk and, that's something else we're going to talk about. We actually got to go through the stories. You want to go we'll talk about that.
No,
of course not. Alright, but that was just a little something. I needed to drop some Bible science on y'all to help you understand exactly what kind of mindset that the Most High sets for us. I wanted to use Joshua's words instead of God's words, instead of Yahweh's words, because in this day and time, most people like to listen to Jesus or Joshua before they listen to Yahweh or the Most High God. So I'm showing you here that even Joshua says to listen to the Most High God, who told everything you needed to know to Moshe or Moses and the prophets. Okay? Think of it like this. In order to make a profit, you better listen to the prophets. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. You know, this is Mr. E Boss of the Southside Bosses on Revolutionary Hour here with the fam, talking some Bible science. I hope now that you understand that the law is still prevalent to this day. It never been erased. Yahweh said his word would not come back without effect, and it would not diminish until the earth has passed away. If you don't believe me, study and show thyself approval. But we are out, and we will be back next week on the Sabbath when we'll discuss the law one more time, or the word. Already, we out of here. This is your boy.
Peace.
Bye.
Everybody say bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
It's a peace.
Yes.
Is that not good enough?